Okay, starting a live stream. Just setting up the information about the stream. In this one, I'm going to be making a. One second, just got to get the thing. I'm going to be making like a remake of a game called Speedy Dodger. Speedy Dodger is a Android app. Okay, just checking the audio on this as well because I want to make sure it works all right. 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing. I might have to do some filters. Okay, I've upped the gain a bit. Hopefully that makes a difference. Doesn't look like it makes much, to be honest. I'm going to move the microphone around. Sorry about the noise. Okay, how about now? Testing. 1 2. That sounds a bit more normal. Of course, it's almost literally touching my face, so I think I need to move that around a bit more actually. It's like the actual headset's broken, so I've had to sort of like do some waggling to try and make it normal. I'm hoping that this sounds normal. Testing. Okay, we'll go with that for now. It's hitting on almost on the red, so I'm presuming that that's all right. Wow, hi. Yeah, I'm just sort of like having a little mess with the Unity. Basically, I'm just going to do like cubes for the graphics. Otherwise, I'm going to be here for like billions of years trying to make some stuff in Blender or something. Okay, so we're getting started, I suppose. Might as well do something. Just a quick disclaimer: I'm not used to using Unity at all in the slightest, so it's going to be lots of fun trying to figure it out as I go. I've had a little mess with it, so I've got a little bit of ideas and stuff already. I've watched a couple of the videos on the Unity actual tutorial thing, and you know, like the interface, where things are, and stuff like that. So I've got a general idea of what I'm doing, but we'll see. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to get this directory structure at the moment, sort of like stuff like a folder for scripts and prefabs and stuff like that. Trying to think what I'll need. Prefab, scene, scripts, random crap. Oh right, sorry, I'm going to use C#. Can't even type C# with that. mainly because it's a little bit like a mix between C and Java, so I should be able to pick it up a bit easier, hopefully. There's a few caveats in it slightly different with stuff like the for each loops are a little bit different and stuff like that, but I'll just hash my way through and hopefully it works out all right. Where are we? Okay, I just want to make sure I got all my reference. I've got the reference material on the other screen so I can actually see C# reference, so I've got a general idea of the language and stuff, and I've just realised I've just moved the just moved that about. Yeah, I was going to say that's what I got up. I've got the API documents for Unity, so I kind of got a general idea of little bits and pieces, and it helps. I think it's the lag timing. I'm getting your text halfway through. I'm speaking at the same time, sort of thing. But yeah, thanks anyway, mate. Right, I forgot what was actually. Okay. Also, I didn't need to switch off the audio on my stream thing because I'm actually getting the feedback, so I'm hearing myself like about 40 seconds or 30 seconds after I've spoke, so that gets a bit messes up your flow, sort of thing. Right, there we go, it's muted now. I was mainly doing that so I could hear whether it was sort of normal volume, if you know what I mean. Let's move that over because I've got the thingy directly in the way there. Right. I need more screens. I've gone down to 2 screens now. I used to have 4, so it's got a bit weird. Yeah. Okay then. I've lost the plot completely. Okay, so under my assets, so I want to do like prefab, scenes, scripts, materials, and it's going to be. I'm just going to do basic materials like color of them, but I may as well make a folder for any other stuff. Any UI, I don't know whether to make a UI element area or what. Maybe animations, possibly. And maybe sounds. That may be something that works out. I don't know. So let's have a look. So in the scene thing, I'm going to try and get to a top view if I can. Where are we? I'll get there in the end. Mouse is playing up a bit. Top, there we go. Zoom out a bit. Actually, I should probably just make a cube to start with, really. 3D object, cube. Let's reset its transform. Materials, I'm just going to pop up and make a new material. Player material, I don't know. Well, naming conventions are just going to be random for whatever I feel like at the time, I think, really. Let's have a look. I want to give this like just a colour. Don't know. Just make the player like that colour or something. I'm just going to drop it onto the actual cube, just so it stands out a little bit. I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to get rid of the skybox, make it a solid colour, probably a light colour of some sort, something. Maybe like, contrasting a little bit, perhaps, I don't know. It looks a bit pink though. Yeah. just do that for now. Okay, what else? I'm gonna want like some sort of blocks in the way. Oh, a ground first, isn't it? Let's make a new ground material as well. Down. I have lost the chat. I really need to do the whole pop-out chat because that's kind of making it a bit mad. Right, let's pop out the chat so I've got it in front of me so I can actually see what's going on. Oh, I wonder if I should actually put the chat on the screen. God, damn it. Chat box. Let's see if I can plop a chat box together just quickly. Just add all the emotes. That'll do. Let's just try and get that up on there. That's right. I'm just adding like an overlay of the chat to the screen. Let's copy that. May or may not work now. Just be awkward. Right. So let's add a new source. Browser. Chat. Hopefully this all works, but we'll see in a minute. Don't know how big I want to make it. This might be a bit big, but I'll just do it anyway. Somebody say something. In fact, I'll type and see whether it comes up. Is it actually even showing? Yeah, but right at the bottom where nobody can see it. That's a bit naff, really, isn't it? So there. I need to kind of maybe, I don't know whether that's going to be worthwhile doing. It's down there maybe. Maybe I'll make the font a bit bigger and stuff, maybe. Because that's just, yeah. Is it worth putting the chat on, to be fair? Lost the web page now. Down, settings. Font size, warm that up a bit. Save that and see if it looks any different. I'm saying I can't even see it myself now. I might be just wasting a bit of time getting the chat on, I don't know, but it's one of those. I did do the pop out, so where did I put that? Oh yeah, I'll make the pop out full screen so I can't see anything anyway. Let's unpop out that because that's a bit mad. Let's minimize that out of the way and that out of the way. Close random open junk. Move that out of the way. Ah, there's the chat. Just lost the chat window completely. Had it literally virtually full screen and then kind of moved it out of the way for a minute and got that many bits of crap open. It's mad. I'm just setting my other screen up so I can actually see what's going on a little bit, because otherwise it's going to get a bit silly. Down. Yeah, I don't need like 50 billion windows open, I don't think, really, do I? That's just getting a bit silly. I just want to make sure I can see the API docs as well. Okay, that's there. Let's get the API docs here. I can move that over there. And then okay. I haven't lost you at all. You're still there. Just moving you about a bit, you know, standardized. Okay, so I was making the ground stuff, wasn't I? So let's create material ground. Or did I already? No, I already made ground material. Make obstacle material as well. So the ground material for now, don't know, just make it like just off white or something to contrast a bit. So now I'm going to literally make another cube. I'm kind of cooking dinner at the same time, by the way. Call this ground. Let's reset the transform. Probably make it like 10 width. No, 20 width. Well, not 120. We'll say 20 width to start with. That's fine. Z will do like 400 to start with. Maybe 5. Yeah, just 400 will do to start, I think, really. Then I'll move it forward. So, oh, yeah, that's right. Let's zoom out so I can actually see what I'm doing. Wow, 400 may be a bit big for a test level sort of thing. Just say 200 to start. Oh, now it's too far away. There we go. Now I'll get the player and put him a little bit higher, and I'll rename cube to be player, I think. I'm not going to do no super mad stuff, you know what I mean? Keep it as simple as I can think of anyway. Now I'll raise the position. Is it going to be 1 or half? Yeah, 1. There we go. That way it's 0 at the Z and stuff. I'll probably move the camera about and faff about. I might make a camera controller and stuff in code so it can kind of follow the player about. I'll see how I feel at the time. Let's zoom out a bit. Gonna get me on a bit more of a. Where are we? Now how do we angle? That does the angle like that. So if I hold down Alt, I can angle it like that kind of. So I just wanted to have a general look at the plane of it. Okay, so we've got that. We need another block for actual obstacles, don't we? Next, so let's 3D object cube. This is going to be really. It really is cubey stuff. Obstacle. Let's have a look. Where's the obstacle material? Got to put the ground material on the ground, haven't I? Now the obstacle material. I don't know. Make it like a dark colour, something like that. For now. And play with the transform as well. Let's have a look. Let's reset its position for now. Is it 1 on the Y, isn't it? Yeah. Now I'll just move that forward out of the way for a bit. Let's resize it a little bit. Let's scale it. I don't know. 3. Yeah. Whoa, not 34. Yeah, 4. Keep the rest pretty much as is, isn't it? That's fine. Now what I want to do is make these for. Do I want to make them prefab yet? No, I'll carry on setting up stuff first. Then I'll start making sort of prefabifiedness and stuff like that. There's a few things I want to start using, like rigid bodies and stuff on them, so I can kind of make it move, but I'll do that in the script. We've got some materials made. Might as well save the scene as it is for now. Save scene as scenes, I don't know, level 1 or something. Just for now. I suppose I need to make some scripts, don't I? I'll make it like a game controller or a script of some sort, I think. Probably a player controller. What else? Camera controller as well, isn't it? That's going to be. If I want to actually have it following the player in any way, really, I'd rather do that. Alright, Pixel, how you doing? Just doing a stream of kind of a really cut down version of Speedy Dodger, but in Unity and with blocks, so it's called like QB Dodger. So, you know, bit of a nice little derivative sort of version. I forgot what I was doing now. Camera controller. The question is the actual chat overlay working? Yeah, I mean, you've got to be creative to have cubes. I mean, think of Minecraft. That's very creative. Something like that, anyway. Oh dear. Yeah, Microsoft. Oh dear. Ah, oh, seriously, I've lost my OBS. There we are. Right, chat is really not showing up properly, is it? That's just awful. Damn it. Let's just make it huge so it's just taking up the screen. There we go. Somebody say something and we'll see whether it shows properly on the chat. I'm hoping this will be normal. Somebody say something. Just want to make it so you can see yourself on the chat. Oh, there we go. Something has came up from Pixel Override. Does that look normal? Because it just comes up and it fades after a while, like, so it won't really take up the whole screen unless there's billions of people chatting. But hopefully it doesn't get too much in the way. You know what I mean? That should be normal, isn't it? Okay. Right, back to what I was actually doing. Something. Yeah. Something. It's taking a while to. There we go. Something. Cool. Hopefully it fades after what 6 or I don't want it. There we go. It's fading away after about that, so it's alright. It's not super mad. I didn't want to have it too fast fading either, otherwise nobody sees anything. So we'll see. That way people can ask for shout outs and we'll see it on screen, if you know what I mean, as well. So it'll kind of be one of those. So I don't necessarily have to have the chat bit there. I can just have OBS open. Just saves a bit of messing. No, don't do it. What? Oh dear. Oh, I'm using the headset mic now instead of the USB one. So hopefully that's kind of normal. Oh dear. Right, so if I do like so I've got a player. I want to do like mess about with the camera and stuff. That was it. I was making the script. So if I make like a player controller, or like that, and now if I grab the player and just, well, I don't need to click add component. I can just drag it on, can't I? Just add the player controller script, and then basically open it up. And let's have a look. Visual Studio. Some people seem to use Mono Develop for this, but I've already got Visual Studio Enterprise on here, so it kind of seems a waste not to. Right, I missed that completely. Alright, welcome back to the dark side. Hopefully this is normal with the with the chat on the screen. Does it look normal to you? I've tried to do it where the chat can still be seen, but can also see like what's going on the screen as well. What else have I got to do? I need to show that, don't I? Right, okay, I need to add a new source for the what's it, window. VSSD. Where's Visual Studio gone? Don't tell me I can't find it. Seriously. Oh, there it is. Huh? Dev Environment EXE it's called. Okay. Apparently, Visual Studio comes up as devenv in OBS, so that's how I can show it on screen. Otherwise, it isn't there, and it's on top of the chat at the moment. So let's get it underneath all this. Ah, cool. It took ages to find somewhere that's got the overlay stuff, you know, without having to faff about too much with plugins and everything. I finally got it though. Also, if anyone if anyone subscribes, it puts an animation up and puts their name and says that they've subscribed and stuff as well. Just because, you know, why not? Okay, so we've got the player controller here. I've just realised I've got to check on food actually as well. But let's quickly get something on the player controller at least. Probably give it a rigid body and stuff. I'll do that in a sec actually. Let's do rigid body RB for now. I'll make this public actually as well. I want to kind of give it some force as well, so public, I'll use vector 3. And I want like a forward force and a speed. I'll just use floats for them. Oh, that's would help if I actually put public and stuff as well. I want, yeah, I'll do for that. Where's start? That's fine. Right, so I'm working with physics on, so it wants fixed update as a standard thing. So void, no, not void fixed update. Wow, it kind of been a bit helpful there. Right, I'll be back in a second. Just got to check on the food. Don't want to be burning it. Back in a sec. Sorry about that. Just had to top up the water on the spuds and stuff. Otherwise they were going to literally burn. Then I would have been literally burning water, you know. Super cook. Right, okay. Actually, that's a bit better. I did have both headsets on at the time, but I don't need the other one on if I got it muted. What's the point of that? Right, so I was doing a little bit of getting a few bits of the code set up. Let's have a think. I need to actually do some bits and pieces. So let's look in the fixed update. I can add force to the player and stuff like that, but I need to get the player to have a rigid body and stuff if it already hasn't. So I'll just save that. Down, and then get back to Unity. Right, let's have a look at my player. What have I actually got? I've got a box collider on him. So I want a rigid body on him. Did I just accidentally click? Oh no, that's fine. That's doing that. Rigid body. Give him a bit of mass. Let's say 2 mass. Give him like, I don't know, 1 drag. Use gravity. Collision detection. I want it continuous because I had little mess with collision before and it kind of mashed it up. This is going to be a lot of fun, especially when we start moving. It's going to be like flying about. That was the other thing I want to do. I want to make it like a physics material, as well as an actual material. So where's materials? Create. Where are we? Physics material. Slippy. I don't know. Slippery. Dynamic friction and static friction. What can I set these? What are sine values for these, you reckon, guys? What's going to be fun? I want it to basically be sliding about the place, so I'm literally going to give it no friction at all. So now the ground, I'll put that on the ground, and basically there's no friction on the ground. so we should be slipping about the place without having any issues with like toppling over and stuff like that, hopefully. Because that was an annoyance for most things on this, I noticed. Back to the player anyway. So player's got rigid body. I'm probably going to want the obstacles. Are they going to want? Yeah, they're going to have rigid body if they're colliders, aren't they? Box glide, and that's going to be a trigger possibly, or am I going to? No, I won't have that as a trigger right now. I'll just faff about with that and figure out what I'm doing afterwards. Give them a mass of about 2 as well. Not too fussed about drag at the moment on that. Now I want to make it so I can actually move. So that's going to be fun. I think I need to exert force on the rigid body, don't I? So let's get back into the code. Cubit Dodger. What if I had that source switched on? Okay. Lots of moving about. I really do need 4 monitors again, because the 2 monitors really do not do what I want to do. I like everything full screen really, so it's kind of like hard work doing that on just 2 monitors when you've got loads and loads of windows. Okay, so I want to add some force. I've got the API docs here. It's fairly straightforward. So my rigid body dot add force. I'm just going to play about and see what sort of force I can get. Let's say 0 by 0 and give our forward force. Multiply that by time dot delta time since we're in fixed update. And it's a public variable, so we should be able to change it on the fly while live. So I'm just going to save that. Minimize that. Hang on a minute. There we go. So now, theoretically, I should have force on my player if I've dropped the script on him. But it's forward force of 0. So I'm just going to press play. So he shouldn't be moving yet. Now let's see if I can make the forward force go up. Just keep going up until he starts moving. Does he move? Is it even working? Wow. Have I crashed it? Variable RB player controller has not been... Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't assign the rigid body. I can use code to get the rigid body, but since I've got the rigid body here, can I just plonk it in there? Yeah, I don't need to do that, I don't think. As a thing, I can just do that via code, but I thought, screw it, I'll just do it like this. So now the rigid body exists and it's full screen. I don't want it full screen. How am I going to edit the damn thing now? Duh. Leaving things in their defaults? Yeah. Let's press play again. Epic fail. Right, now let's give it a little bit of force. Keep going with the force and we'll see when it starts moving. If it starts moving. Seriously. I've got like 430 forward force and it's not moving at all. Wow. What the hell sort of force do I need to move it? Oh no, it is moving. It's moving by like tiniest bit. Wow. Wow. So 600 is not good enough. Let's try 1000. Oh, now it's hit the thing anyway, but let's press stop. Let's start him off with 1000 forward force just to test it. Press play. Okay, he's got a forward force of 1000. Dunk. And he's actually pushing the thingy to an extent. Okay. So yeah, I think I need more than 1000 forward force on it. This is all just debugging and checking out and seeing what actually works, to be honest. Try 2000. Why not? Let's give it a go and see. Because you want him to fly forward a little bit. I mean, maybe that sort of speed, maybe a bit faster. I don't know. I'll start with that speed just for debugging and stuff. Because I do want him to just constantly be moving forwards. And all we're going to control is like left and right movement. So we'll move out of the way of blocks sort of thing. So that'll be his forward force. Let's get some code up again. Dun, 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 dun. This is the Self-Preservation Society. Got to do some input tricks next. I think that's standardized in I think the input class is standardized in the Unity thing, so I don't need to add anything, I don't think. I'll just do another one if conditional. If input dot, I think it's get key, isn't it? Get key is, should we use WASDA? Yeah, we'll just use WASDA to start off with, and I'll fiddle about afterwards. Might make it so it just checks the thing. I think I just got a bit of lag then, by the way, guys, so sorry about that. Just adding some force, so rigid body dot add force. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, by the way. I'm just doing it, hashing it together kind of thing. Let's just add, say, 100 force times time dot delta time. And 0 and 0 for a start off and see. Oh, there was another thing what you can add to this. I looked at the API. It's like you can add a force mode, so it's a bit less sort of like quirky. So if I go force mode dot, I think it's velocity change. That kind of works same as left, right, up, down sort of controls then. Less messing tricks, I guess. But yeah, so we'll try that. I'll just save that now. Let's give it a go and see if we move to the side in a minute. The mouse didn't start jumping around like a madman. Down. If we play the game. What did I say? It was D, isn't it? Wow, D's not. It's either not working or it's just. Oh, it is. Whoop. Okay, I needed to actually be focused on the screen for it to work, so it just caught all those. What's it? Yeah, so bit fast. I don't know, maybe a bit fast, but it works. It does something. Right, I might need to add a bit more mass to my player, perhaps. Let's click on the player. Where's the mass? Mass 2. Let's put it up to, I don't know. Let's give him a drag. No, I don't know. I'll just leave it as it is. It's fine, isn't it? We'll faff about with values and stuff as we go anyway. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the way it goes. Oh, I got you. Yeah. That might be an idea in a bit. Right, so I've got moving right, so it's going to be pretty much rinse and repeat for left, isn't it? But just different thing. So copy, paste it there, A for left, and instead of the turn it to a minus, I'll do about 60 instead of 100, I think, just to make it a bit more normal. Okay, I haven't even done anything with speed. I could timed it by speed, but I can't be bothered adding that just yet. I might add that as a mechanic later. It's only a bit of faffing about with variables. Right, so theoretically we have a forward motion and moving to the side. So what I'll do is I'll move this obstacle about. In fact, I'll duplicate it. Oop, not up in the air. That was a bit silly. Let's move that forward a bit and over. It's Control D to duplicate it. Let's move that forward again and over a bit this way or something. Let's move that over there. I'm just plonking a few around for him to kind of move between, if you like. That'll do. I just realised the camera's not actually following me, is it? I'm going to have to work on a camera script next, because it's going to get really annoying. See, I can just drop it on him, but you watch how mad this is if I drop it on him now. In fact, the main camera, I'll lift it up a bit as well. Where is it? Let's focus on it. Lift the main camera up a bit, move it forward a bit. That'll do. So I'm going to drop it on the player and watch how mad this goes, because I did this before on something and it was really funny. So we'll do it. We'll move left and right and watch how normal it is. It's great. Down, a bit slow, but watch this. Boom. And the camera just goes, whoa. Literally. I know that's not too mad, but if he does actually start rolling about anywhere, it's going to get ridiculous. I mean, we could leave it like that, but I'd like to have a mess with the code and try and make an actual camera controller, because it would be doable, I suppose. Now, where's the player? If I do like player, speed him up a bit, forward force of double that, let's say 4,000, just as a mad one, and let's press play. Down. Can I make him wobble a bit? Oh, well, he's fell off anyway now. So it's not that bad with the camera like that. It's just I want a bit more smooth follow and stuff and movement. Let's just try something else. I can't hit any of it. There we go. No. Seriously. Yeah, I'm finding that actually hard to hit things, let alone it. You know, I think the maps may need to be slightly different to actually make some sort of level of difficulty of some sort. But I'm sure I can make it difficult in some way, shape, form. It's probably going to be one of them Pong type issues where you either can make it really, really easy or really, really hard. Virtually impossible type thing. But we'll see. Let's see, what else do I want to actually do? I want to do a camera controller, don't I? That's going to be something that kind of needs to be dealt with. So yeah, I'm going to do on them. This is going to be really simplistic. It's not. It's going to follow the player at an offset from the player. So it's almost going to be the same, but it's only going to follow position. It's not going to follow rotation. So if the player rotates, the camera's not going to slide to the side and tricks and try and rotate with it. I think that'll be the sensible way of doing things. So I'm going to go into scripts, go into my camera controller, maybe actually put the camera controller on screen so you guys can actually see. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. So basically the camera controller is really going to be really simplistic. I'm just going to use a fixed update. I'm not even going to have like a start method or anything like that. And these are grayed out, so I don't think I actually need these in there for anything. But I'm going to do something like taking the player transform. So I want a transform. Not like that though, I want it actually in the class, but yeah. Proper special. Try to do C instead of C sharp. Transform, player, transform. I could just do these like PT or something for player transform, but you know. So I'd like to see a bit more verbose really. I need to make a vector 3, don't I, for offset. It's just going to be the offset of the camera. Now I want to do the fixed update, so void fixed update. See, it keeps making it automatically for me. I mean, that's nice, but sometimes it gets a bit annoying because I'll end up with like right parentheses now and then. So this is transform position. Wants to be set equal to the player transform. Dot position. And then plus the offset. That way it will be offset from it. I haven't set an offset number for it yet, so I have to faff about in the actual thing and do that. Shouldn't be too hard. I think that's all my basic camera controls are going to consist of to start with. I may get a bit more complex as and when I kind of learn more bits and pieces on it, but for now that'll probably do. All it means it's not going to fly around all over the place when we turn. It's not going to turn and go all off on one. So we want to kind of keep it a fairly straight line sort of thing as to what we're doing. But yeah, should be normal. Famous last words, right? Should be normal. Yeah, so I'm gonna get the camera controller on the camera. So let's take the main camera out of the player because that's just gonna be insane. So now camera controller, dropping it on the main camera. Then we'll set these. I want the X to stay the same. I'm going to maybe go up a bit in the Y and back a bit in the Z. So I don't know, -5. Save that again. Let's press play and see what it looks like. Oh, it won't look like anything because I haven't actually added the player to the damn thing. Yeah, I need to add the player transform, otherwise it's not going to copy it anyway. See there? Oh, I've got the offset. Have I not saved the transform? Did I not make it public or something? Yeah, I didn't make it public, that was the problem. Okay, I've quickly made it public and I'm just going to check again. There we go, we've got the transform now. I'm just going to drop the player on the player transform there. And now let's try it again. Okay, that's following it okay-ish, and it's not. See how the actual cube's twirled, but the camera hasn't. So there, we haven't sort of like had the camera going off on one, so you can still see in front of you. The kids are calling now. 1 sec. Oh dear, sorry about that. One of the little ones was trying to watch TV and it was on the wrong channel and stuff, so I just had to go in and have a little mess. Right, where was we? We've done the offsets. We're going to have a little play about. I've just realised you're actually looking at the code and not the Unity. Right, in Unity, I've just dropped the player transform on there. I've made it go to +1 on the Y and -5 on the X so that it follows it. So when we press play, it moves around, and it doesn't matter if the cube twirls, the camera stays facing forwards. That was basically the premise of that and what was going on with that. So even when the cube flies around, the camera's just staying there following it in some sort of linear fashion. So it's fairly straightforward. So we now have control, we have a player, we have some sort of movement, we have some sort of obstacles, and we have the camera following the player. In essence, we have the startings of a game, I suppose. Now, my game manager, I'm going to want to make an object for, aren't I? So I'll probably go make a new empty, create empty, rename it, call it game manager. I'm probably going to want to centralize a few things on that. Probably going to want to take in the player and stuff like that, so we can do like collisions and shall I do some player collisions? That's another thing. Yeah, I think I'll have a go of like doing the whole collision thing. I'm going to use a little bit. Yeah, if I do that, that should be fine. Let's edit the player controller, I guess then. Visual Studio. Right, I want to do like on collision enter or something. Yeah. On collision enter in it. What the hell? Oh, it's already put the collision. Okay, that was a bit weird. Okay, so if that's the point. That's what I want to do for the collisions, because I don't want it just colliding with the floor. That'll kind of be a bit, yeah, you know what I mean. So, whoops. What I will do, what I'm going to do with that, I'm gonna have to add like tags. So I'm gonna preemptively type and do it like that, because I know I can get tags on this. So if collision dot collider dot get tag, is it? No, it's just tag. It's a public field is equal to, we'll call it obstacle. Then we're gonna want to do something. So for now, we'll just do like a debug log. Collided. Yeah. Just give it a bit of some sort of feedback as to what's going on and stuff. So let's have a look then. So now technically if it collides with something with a tag of that, so we need to actually give the obstacles a tag of obstacle. What I might now do is start making these into prefabs, to be honest. Let's get rid of the other obstacles for now. It's actually even doing anything. There we go. Whoops. Let's delete that. Now on this obstacle, I'm gonna give it a tag. Where's tags? There we go. Add tag. Add to the list obstacle. Obstacle. Okay, so that's going to have a tag of obstacles. If I click on the obstacle again, give it that tag. Let's make sure I did that correct in the code. I think it's the same, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. Let's give it a go and see whether we get that tag done and we get some sort of printing. Bump, we have that. Now let's have a look at console. We're not getting it on there. Why are we not getting it on there? So this has got rigid body, it's got a box collider. Do I need to make it into a trigger? What was that? Sorry. Alright, Mystic, how you doing, mate? Yeah, different thing. Basically, working on a kind of a derivative of Speedy Dodger, but it's just called QB Dodger. It's using C# and the Unity game engine. That way I don't have to write the whole engine myself, because it's here. It's already an engine. It's a commercial engine to an extent. A lot of indie developers tend to use stuff like this. Not so much in the way of big commercial companies. Usually they'll either have their own engine or they'll be using something like Unreal Engine or something like that, or nowadays what, Lumberyard and stuff like that. But yeah, just getting this sort of like the mechanics all working and stuff like that. Oh. Right, okay. I've lost my plot as to where I'm going or what I'm doing now. Right, so at the moment I don't seem to have collision working, which is, don't know if that's good or bad. It's just one of those at the moment. So I've got a box collider, I've got a rigid body. I I bet I need to put it as public or something silly now. Let's have a look at something. Yeah, I can't see any reason why that shouldn't be a problem. So I don't need to put it as trigger, otherwise it won't collide. Let's double check that I've saved and stuff. On collision, enter collision, collision. Collision.collider.tag equals obstacle. Debug log, collided. So there shouldn't be an issue there. Let's check that I've saved the tags and stuff and it's worked out alright. Where's obstacle gone again? It's tagged as obstacle. Obstacle, is that obstacle, obstacle? OBSTACLE and OBSTACLE. That's all exactly the same. Does it need a capital T for tag or something? Let's press play again and try and collide again. Okay. So the console hasn't said nothing. Collider, blah blah. XY, rigid body, it's got a rigid body, it's all there, it's not kinematic. Collision detection is set to discrete. I might set that to continuous just in case it's something to do with that. I just realised I'm doing that in play mode, that's no good. Continuous on that, and continuous on the player just in case it's something to do with that. I'll just press play again now. Nope. Well, it's definitely collided because it's like been pushing the damn thing, but that really is getting on my nerves now. What the hell? So where is it gone wrong? Okay, I'm going to just say and try and do the whole debug.log and say working and see if it's registering the collision at all. I might just take away the private from there and just leave it as default visibility as well. Let's press play again. We're getting no console, even any form of collision at all. So I think I need to mess about with the colliders. Hang on, the collider size is not the same as the obstacle size, I don't think. Let's do this 411. I've got a mad feeling that was. Oh, let's get out of play mode. I think the box collider is too small. Let's try that. The hell, not 40. Why is the box collider like that? That's mad. No, the box collider's there. You can physically see the box collider's correct. What about on the player? You can't necessarily. Why can't I see the box collider on the player? Let's take that off, put it on. Take that off, put it on. That seems a bit mad, doesn't it? Right, I've made the box collider like twice the size of the player and still can't see it. No, okay, yeah, you can now. Say 1, 1, 1. That's definitely there, isn't it? Don't just love it when mad stuff like this happens that just shouldn't really have an issue at all. It just is. Right, I'm going to turn it into a trigger for a second and I'll do the on trigger enter for a second just to see if that works because that's just insane. Seriously, I've just noticed I'll put it on a camera controller. Seriously. Sorry about this, guys. Not even a typo, it's like completely insane. You don't, that's mad. Oh my life. Too busy staring at the code, not looking at the actual file what I'm editing, like, you know what I mean? Okay, that's fine then, that makes a bit more sense now. So now I press play. Boom, collided. Right, okay. Now, a couple of things I want to do with that as well is I want to disable the actual script so that it kind of stops as well when it collides. So it kind of goes, boom, okay, you've hit something, stop. So I'm going to have a little mess with that and get that working. Okay, let's have a look. Right, so now here's where it should have been, and for some reason I had it here. That was just insane. Don't do that, guys. That was just mad. Right, okay, debug collided, and also enabled equals false. That'll disable this script basically. It'll just mean bump, okay, hit something and stop completely. It's just, I think. It logically should anyway, so we'll find out in a second. All the fun of an aneurysm. Let's press play. Moving, bump, and it stops. There we go. Okay, so we've got it doing predictable things, at least to start off with now. Now I want to make like a in the game manager. I need to do some scripting on that as well, don't I? So scripts, game controller. Probably should have made that called game manager. I don't know. Yeah, I can give it the same name as the object, can't I? I think. Yeah, that's better. That looks nice. Let's plonk that on the game. Come on, seriously, dude. Plonk on the game manager. There we go. Now we have game manager script. I'm going to then edit that script. Game manager. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So I need to add that source. What is it I want next? For the game manager, I've got a few things to do. I want to track whether the game has ended or not. Bool game. Oops. Game over, perhaps. Let's grab a player object. So public game object. Player. There we go. So again, I'll have access to whatever objects and try and take them in maybe on this. So I won't. I don't think I'm even going to need a start. No, I don't. No, this is literally just going to deal. This is going to be callable from external sources, I think. So I'll make things public on it. Public void next level. So this is what it does when it's going to next level. Game has ended. No, actually, I don't know. Do we want to set game has ended? No, not just yet. Okay, next level. Might not need to grab the player. I could just do that one, find object of type. And then do the enabled equals false. That'll just stop it again. It's basically refactoring the code, so I might not need to do the whole player. I'll leave that in comments in case I need that for something later. I'll probably figure something out as I go. I'm going to save that. Then I want to do a few other things. What do I need to do next? Think about it. Come on, guys. What is it I need to do? That's going to check that and do that. So now, from the player, I can call that, I think. I should be able to. Yeah, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to need to be back in the code again. Aren't I? Oh dear. Lots of jumping. Here's where multiple monitors helps. Because, you know, I could just have this up and the other thing up instead of minimize, maximize, and all that. But yeah, so I need to go into the game, not the camera controller. Let's close the camera controller because that's going to get really ridiculously confusing. Game manager. So in the player controller, I want to find the game manager in the same way. So find object of type, game manager, dot next level. So that calls that then. So I don't need to do the enabled false because that does it for me theoretically. Shall we try it? I've basically refactored where the oh, looks like the getting a bit of lag on the stream. Sorry guys. Yeah, a lot of lag on the stream actually. It's jumping a bit. So basically we find object of type for the game manager and then say next level. So hopefully that'll refactor the actual code out to not be in that now. So let's try that and play. It should have the same sort of functionality. Why I've got compiler errors. Game manager does not contain definition for next level. No extension method next level. Blah 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 blah. Okay, what have I missed? Oh, I didn't save game manager. That's why. Seriously. Play. We should have similar. There we go. Same functionality. It stops. Now I've refactored the code for stopping it into the game manager now because I want to centralize that as a thing from the start, because it can be a ball ache refactoring like lines and lines and hundreds and thousands of lines of code when you want to actually refactor it into a manager. So that'll do. Okay, so that's a start. Not amazing start, but it's a start. Now other things can be kind of centralized into that and stuff like that. Couple of other things I want to do. I wanted to kind of make like an audio system of some sort, but I'll probably defer that until I've got a few other bits and pieces sorted. I want to make like a menu system for it in some way, like, and other things. So we'll see. I think there's UI elements in Unity, so I can kind of make that. In fact, yeah, we can do some actual score or something here on screen. Hopefully. Famous last words. Let's just make a new UI element, text. Call this like score, I think, or something. Okay. I need to go into 2D mode so I can sort of see the text. Let's have a look. I don't even know how big the screen is, so I don't know how big that's. But there we go. That's the general size of the screen. Now text is a bit funny, so there we go. Zero it up. I'll center the text vertically and horizontally. Maybe let's zoom in a bit and see what I'm looking at. I bring it. Oops. Bring the text up a bit. Seriously. Can I not move it? come it won't let me move it? Do I need to have the hand on there? No, that pans around. Do I need that on? There we go, that's better. Seriously, it's just toggling over with these. Somewhere there, I don't know. That'll do, won't it? Oh yeah, super fun, everybody is. Yay! All the fun of an aneurysm. Some number. Let's resize that so it kind of looks a bit more normal. In fact, let's go like this. That's why I didn't have the 2D thingamajig on, did I? Give it some more space. Make the font bigger. That'll be big enough, isn't it? Let's just I don't know. That'll do for now. I just want to do that. Then I'm going to want to actually edit that text. Maybe keep the same colour, I don't know. Just do a bit lighter or something, I don't know. Right, so there's the score. So I should be able to edit the score as I move, theoretically, I suppose. Let's have a look. Can I do it that way? Bum bum ba dum bum ba dum ba dum. Right, yeah, I'm gonna make like a score controller or something here. So yeah, we'll do create C# script score. And I'll drop that on the score. Basically, it'll move down. Come on, seriously, guys. Score. There we go. We now have the script score. Why not? Let's edit that. I'm gonna add Visual Studio as what's it. I'm going to take in a player transform and the text. And public text. Score text. Just do it. I'm just going to do it in the update, so it constantly updates. Don't need to do anything in the start. Score text dot text. I feel like I'm playing about with basic or something. It's going to be player dot position. It's on the Z we're going forward, isn't it? And then we'll convert that to a string. And we need to tell it how many decimal places, because I don't want it to be some at point something. I want it to have a finite number. So 0 decimal places. Save that. Why is text not being normal? Oh, hang on, no, score text. Oh, why on earth did it give me text alignment? It's trying to be too helpful. I said text. What the hell? That could have been an annoying thing. What's this saying? Type namespace text could not be found. Are you missing using directive? Yeah, UI. Sorry. Whenever you're working with the UI, you need to actually using Unity Engine .ui. Keep missing that. There we go. I like it. It's quite helpful actually. It did say you're missing a using directive, and yes, I was. Happy dance time? Anybody? No? Maybe. Okay, so now we theoretically have. It should show. We'll see. Let's press play and see what happens. Wow, that's amazing. It didn't change. Have I not added it to the... Oh, I know why. I have not dropped the player in as the variable. Well, I'm saying that it doesn't seem to have done. What the hell? Did I save it? I also didn't save it. That may help. It's not doing with Control S to save. What the... What's it mind? Oh, sorry. Okay, that was just being a bit special, that was. Right, let's drop the player into the correct spot on there, hopefully. player transform, and also drop itself recursively onto itself, which is a bit mad, but okay. 0. Oh, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. We have a score counter. Ho! Oh, I fell off the edge. Apparently it's still counting up the score. That's what I need to do. If he drops below a certain amount, then he also needs to die, because that's just mad. Otherwise it will never end. Literally. It's just continuing. Yeah, so I need to make it so that if he drops off at any point, then it also ends. Is it giving lag? Oh, I don't know. It must have jumped lag because it's at 2.6 meg speed, so maybe it had a bit of lag when I wasn't looking. And I've just realised I'm trying to show you the what's it, but I've still got the screen frozen. Oh, you know when you say screen's froze, yeah, it's probably behind that, like that. Yeah, I had the Visual Studio sitting in front of what I was doing, so I was explaining things and not looking at the source, and you know. Is that better? Because I don't think the screen actually froze, it's just a case of nothing was happening on screen because nothing was being shown. Okay, let's do that again. Right, so basically press play, and now we have it moving. Yeah, so the score's going up as we move, literally. Yep, that's the one. It's the yeah, it's human error issue. Please replace human and try again. Sorry, please user error. Please replace user and try again. That's what it was. Okay, so I've still got to sort that, because at the moment apparently you could get a really high score according to this. Because yep, that's the one. Because basically he should be dead by now, but for some reason he's just still getting extra score. It's a bit of a mad one. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little mess with the collisions. I'll actually I'll just go into the player controller. Remember to show you guys the actual code when I'm coding, and the other bit when I'm not. So let's go in the player controller and figure out what else I want to do, because if it's colliding we want to do that, but also if the player goes below a certain height I want it to kind of end game as well, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. I'm going to do that. I can do the, because we know the position of him, don't we? So if rigid body dot position dot y, which is up and down, is less than, I'll say -1. So if it goes down by more than 1, then do something. So I'm gonna have to make an end game state, and I. Let's make an end game state. Again, off the code and onto the other system stuffs. What am I going to do with that? That's going to be, so end game is going to be like what am I going to do if the game ends? Then what do we want to do? I don't know. We'll just say you're dead or something. Or of course that can be done in code, can't it? Ah, yeah. We can restart the level, can't we? Yeah. I'm going to go back into the code and code this up. Well, there is that too, yeah. But for now, I just want to be able to actually restart the level, because the score's already there, kind of thing. I'll add that as like UI afterwards. I just want to get the functionality of the moving to levels and dying and stuff. But yeah, I think we will do something like you died and your score is blah 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 at some point. But for now, I just want it to restart the level. just to test it. Where was I? So to restart the level, I'll have to go back into the code, show the code when I'm coding, preferably, yeah. So I'm gonna have to make a couple of things. I want to do like don't know, do like end game or something. Make an actual end game thing. Did I make it? Hang on, where am I going? That's the player controller. I want the game controller, don't I? Gonna end up with one of them other bugs where I just sort of like do it and it's not in the right place at all. So we got like, if you go into next level, then do that. So I'm going to want to add a few things. Game over. Like a UI for the levels completed as well, actually, because that will like another thing. So public level completed UI. That's going to be a game object. What else? I do want the player for now, just so that I can faff about with that. I don't know whether I'm going to actually utilise that properly or not, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm probably not actually going to utilise that for anything at any point, so I will leave that out for now. And if I do need it, I'll redo it. Right, so next level is player control enable false, and I'm gonna have to make a. I'll do that in a sec. I'll just do the code now. Level completed UI. Dot set active. True. Does it do that way? No, you don't need the speech marks for this one. So set active true as well. I'll deal with that in a minute once I've figured out what I'm doing. Also ending of game. That's all I wanted to do. Public void end game. So you know, like if you die or whatever. So if the game hasn't already ended, so if not game over, then do game over, because otherwise no point in doing game over if it's already technically there. Otherwise it'll get into like a mad loop and just jump about and do mad tricks, won't it? Game over equals true, so it doesn't try and do it again. And then we'll restart. So I've got to write a restart thing. I'm going to be just a void restart and have this do something. It's just going to use a scene manager, so I might have to import something. I think scene management or something like that. Using Unity engine dot. Oh, it's got it there. Scene management. Oops. Save that. Now I want to use that, so I want to do scene manager dot load scene, and then just get whatever the current scene is. So scene manager dot get active scene dot name. So that'll just reload the current whatever the level is, basically. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully, anyway. We'll see what I broke next. Yeah. So it was the end game. Now, did I add in the player controller that it does that? That does next level if it gets a collision. Should I do end game then, or should I just do next level and just keep? set active true. Should I use restart next as well? No, I shouldn't do restart, sorry. Yeah, we'll just do it that way for the moment. I'll faff about with it a bit more later. Hopefully this should be normal. Right, let's make sure we're viewing the Unity thing. Where was I? So game manager, we haven't got a level completed UI yet, so I need to actually add that to the canvas. Where's the canvas gone? Let's just make like a panel thing. Hopefully, where's the panel? There we go. There's panel. And now panel, I don't want it to have a background image. Just want it like a color of some sort. For now, I'm gonna just make it like white or something and show its opacity like that. There we go. Then that's gonna contain like text. So UI text. Let's just say level and make that big. It's a bit too big. Let's do this. Do that, center that, make it bigger. Bring it up a bit. Well, bring it to the top sort of thing. Just noticed I'm literally zoomed in for some reason. Okay, let's bring it up a bit more, level, and then I'll duplicate this. Complete. No, I'm going to capitalize these actually. And make the text on this one a bit smaller. And capitalize level. Level completed. I think completed can be in bold. Maybe a little bit bigger. Where's bold, bold, bold? Bold. Well, that kind of, yeah, that'll do. All good fun. Level completed. And possibly make a new text for the score. So, right, let's make a copy of level and move that down. There. And another duplicate of that. And bring that down again. And this one can be put score, and then this text will be whatever the score is, but I'm going to change the color of this to maybe like a blue sort of color or some sort. So your score is whatever, you know what I mean? It'll be like, hopefully not that much, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to have it, hopefully that this text is also doable to update via score. So I'm going to rename this to score. Score num or something like that. Level score. So for later that will kind of show some sort of number in. Not right this second, but I'll just do that. I just want to make it so it can show this. So that's that. I'm gonna have to go onto the game manager, and level UI is, oh, not level score. Level UI will be this panel. Let's rename this as level complete. Grab this and plonk it in the level UI. Where do I put? Oh crap! No. Whoa. Game manager. grab this and put in the cam object level UI. Let's see, so that is level complete. What is that when we get? I'm gonna have to set that so that happens when we hit a trigger box. I'm gonna have to set a trigger box as well. Let's disable this for now. Right, so I need to make a trigger box somewhere. So let's get back into 3D mode. Click on the player and focus it a bit. There we go. So at the end of this actual piece here, I need to put that hand on so I can drag it a bit easier, hopefully. I don't know. Okay, so basically at the end of this, I'll plonk some sort of a trigger box, and to do that I'm just going to literally make a well, actually I'll save the scene just to make sure we've got that saved before anything mind. I'm just going to make a cube, shove it. I don't know how wide is the how wide is the ground. Let's look at ground. 20. So I'll make this cube, let's rename that to actually let's reset the thingy for it and then focus. Then it can go up by 1. Stay centered, actually that's the wrong thing. Z by 100 for now. Let's go find it. It's over there. Can we do like a top view? There we go, that's better. So Z of 190 or something. I don't want it completely at the end because I want it to kind of, you know, not drop off the edge. So if I say like 190, so no, 180, that'll do. So because the momentum will carry you forward a bit more, I don't want you dropping off the end before the end of the level. Now width wise, I want to make, is it X? Yeah, 20 wide, maybe too high, just so you definitely collide with it, and 2 in that way. Let's do 3, just in case you're flying in the air at the time and it goes mad on you. I don't know, but basically that's that. Yeah, so you should never really end up off the end, if you know what I mean. So this one now, I just want to get rid of the mesh renderer so you don't actually see it, and I'll give it a like a label so we can kind of get an idea of this. That I'll set it to trigger so you can go through it. So that's that. So to be able to be at the end game, we'd want to be able to actually hit something. Now, do I want to do that on my player controller? I don't know. No, I'm going to add this to the actual thing and just use the this cube. I'll call it end trigger. Rename that end of level, and then I'll make a C# script called end trigger and drop it on end of level if I can. Come on, there we go. So now that's got a script enabled on it. Yeah. Yeah. So now I'll edit that script. Where I'll put it, end trigger. Let's make sure you guys can see the actual script. There we go. Now on this one, I don't think I really need to do much. I'm just going to do that, and let's get rid of these because I don't need those for anything. Mouse is being laggy. I can't hardly move it. There we go. on trigger enter, so it's going to be a private void on trigger enter. And basically I just want it to find the game manager and literally say completed the level. You know what I mean? Find object of type game manager. For this to work, obviously we need a game manager in the scene, otherwise it's going to be really mad, but we'll get to that a bit later. Level complete, is it? Level completed, UI, no. Next level. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? Set to next level. So now, if I save this, and let's get back to the actual thing and see if that's worked. Just going to press play and see if anything blows up. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, and then boom, and no, that has not done anything. Well, it may have, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some debug logs because that's just mad. Okay, so I've definitely set it as a trigger, right? Let's double check. End of level. Box glider is trigger. So what's going on? Did I drop on there? Hey? Okay, yeah, let's add the end trigger stuff to the end of level. Where on earth have I added it then? Did I add that somewhere else? That's a bit weird. Okay, so now that the script wasn't actually attached for some reason. Let's see if this works. Level completed. Oh yeah. It's not reloading the level, or it might be reloading level, but I don't know because it's still showing this. But yeah, so that's theoretically working, right? We've got, it shows the level completed. That's what I was doing, I suppose, isn't it? Also got to go into build settings and make sure we actually have a scene there, otherwise it's not going to be able to actually deal with anything properly. Right, so is it not loading the current level, or is that something else I want it to do? Is that on game over? Let's press play and see what happens when I knock into this. Let's just miss it completely. And I haven't done the restart level then, neither have I. Okay, so let's try that again, because that was rather annoying. Bump, there we go. Well, still level completed. I don't want it to do that when I die. I want it to just restart when I die, because that's mad. Okay, so I'm going to have a little faff about with that, but that's getting to be somewhat of a start of something, I suppose. So it's going to be in the game manager. Restart gives us that loading of scene. Next level gives us this. So what am I doing? Did I call next level on? Right, hang on a second. Let's have a look at what I'm actually doing on the player controller when I do that. Yeah, I'm calling next level, and no, that's right. Next level. Should I be calling game over? Should I just be calling restart? Okay. No, end game. I should be calling for that. No, I shouldn't be doing that. It should be I don't know. Level completed true, and then load the next level, which doesn't exist. I'm just going to restart the level now as a thing, then I'll try and load next level as another thing, Because based on that, you need more than one level, don't you? Oh, actually, you just call restart, wouldn't you? Don't do that. Just for now. Hopefully that would be normal. And game over would just restart. So you'd call end game in the collision, really, wouldn't you? If collided, blah blah. End game. That'd be basically you die. Okay. Maybe not the best of wordings for things, but let's see what happens. Just add a little amendment with it. Bump. That's restarting the level. Bump. 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 Let's not die this time. Let's do the other restart, which is saying level completed, and then restarting. Maybe I need some wait time there. That's just a bit too. So, wow, I really need some wait time there. I'm sure there's like an invoke what you can use, which will kind of give you a bit more of a what's it in that. How long we've been going for, by the way? Hour and 41 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna have to very soon. I'm gonna have to actually get back to continuing making dinner because otherwise people are gonna just starve. But yeah. So I'll sort that out in a minute. I think I might actually make a quick break now and finish off making dinner. There's not too much to do, and I'll be back then after that, and we'll continue with this. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's change the actual name because that's, well, I'll do making a game. That's cool. Back in a few. See you guys in a little while. Okay, I got everyone's dinner done apart from mine, so I'm just gonna kind of carry on the stream a little while whilst I've just put some burgers in the frying pan, so I'll kind of be backwards and forwards at the moment. But we'll get there. I need to sort of fix this lighting issue out as well, because notice how it's all funny darkness whenever it makes a new whenever it makes a new level, and that's because it's on auto thing. I hope they've fixed this in newer versions, because that's just really annoying. That's just like a bug in Unity. Took a little while of searching to find this out, but let's put lighting over here for now. If we go down here, we've got auto generating. Instead of that, I'm just going to generate lighting. Now if we do that and restart level, it restarts with normal lighting, because that was rather annoying otherwise. But yeah, so that's a start off, I suppose. We have a working restart part, I suppose. I need to make some sort of actual end thing, so I need to make like a game over sort of screen or something, I think. But yeah, so that's another one that I do need to work on. I'll actually probably do that in a minute. I just want to get food though, because I'm really, really hungry, to be honest. I don't know, I'll just start on some UIs then. Let's have a think. I want a scene for game over, I think. So I'll do that now. Assets, scenes, create, scene. End screen, we'll just call it. Let's save that, and then we'll start on editing a end screen. I'm going to go into 2D mode. We're going to go and create a new UI element of, I don't know, panel. Make a new panel. We'll set the panel. Let's get in the inspector. We'll set the panel to have no particular background image. We'll give it a color. Don't know. It's literally white, I think. Might as well, isn't it? Just off white, greyish. Then we'll make some text on the panel. Actually, first we'll get to the panel on the 2D. So I'll do that and focus on it. There we go. So I can kind of see the panel there. Now I'm going to add some text to the panel. Game over. Maybe just like game over. Let's rename that to game over text or something. Or game over. And I think we'll get the what's it to be a bit bigger, possibly. Center that vertically and horizontally in it. And make the font somewhat bigger. Game over. Make it bold. It's bold game over in red. Like a dark red. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe a bit lighter. Game over. Maybe play again and exit or something. I don't know. Something mad. Let's bring it up a bit anyway. Control D, duplicate it and move it down, and then I'll change that to something else in a minute. I'm just going to check on that food though, because it smells and sounds like it's cooking nicely. Back in a second. Yeah, that really is doing nicely. It's basically mincemeat, squished together with some onion and pepper, and then just using that, and then that's the burger, if you like. Okay, so game over, and then you scored, and then Control D, okay, and then let's just say 9, 3, 8, 9 or something, just as a thing. That's going to be red. I think game over. Maybe like a dot. No, game over. I want to be red. No, I don't know. Game over in white. Game over. You scored in like grey. And then your actual score in like a darker sort of red, like a almost black and grey but red. Yeah, that sound normal. Look normal. Don't know. Okay, so a bit of UI design, yeah, and obviously naming convention needs to be a bit better. Rename you scored and call this one end score or something. Rename. Right, so that'll be like the end score once you die or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna check on that food again and hopefully it's going alright. Back in a sec. Seems to be going okay. Let's continue with this. It's been a couple of hours doing this so far. I'm using this partially as well as a tester to see how long it takes me to develop something in this engine. Because if it's quick enough turnaround, then it may be worthwhile doing my 48 hour game challenge stuff using this engine rather than writing the engine from scratch every time. Because I believe you're allowed to in stuff like Londonderry or whatever you call it. But yeah, so let's just say the end screen. Let's just save that. Let's leave it at that for the moment, and I'm gonna say we'll. Where are we? I need to go into build settings and plonk end screen there. For now, I'll hard code it in a bit. Well, I'll hard code where it's going in a sec, just as an end screen sort of thing. Unless it can be name end screen, I don't know. That might be better. Right, so I need to go back to level 1. And I might need to do a bit of coding next, I think. I'll pop the code up anyway. Visual Studio. Right, so end game, and then during the end game, we want it to load. We don't want it to restart, do we really? Or is that literally, do we want to make like a game over? If not game over, then restart. Otherwise, load the game screen. So scene manager dot load scene, and I'm sure you can just put the name, I think. Oh, what is it? End game. Is that doable? I'm 99% certain that's normal. I'll find out in a minute. Let's see if I've mashed it all up. Let's break some stuff today. Yeah. Just press play and see what happens. Try and get a game over. Boomf. Apparently level 1's loading. That's not a lot of use. End game couldn't be loaded. Oh, end screen, not end game. Seriously. Save that up and then check the food. One sec, let's just press play. Gonna try and get a game over. Boom! Game over. You scored 989, which is a hard-coded number. That's not actually what I scored. But okay, so we can get game over. I do need to make like a UI button on this as well, and plonk it on there so that you can restart or quit game or something. But I think we have some sort of functionality for game over. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to check on that food. It's quite a slow development process, but well, actually, it's quite a rapid development process for what it is, I suppose. It just might end up with a partially functioning game in one day versus the whole 48 hours getting a virtually not doing anything type game. Pretty cool. In fact, I don't actually really have to draw anything at the moment. That helps. Anyway, back to grabbing food. say about 5 minutes till my food's ready, and then I'll have to leave you guys for a bit and do some other stuff. See, I don't know whether to end the stream because I'm probably going to be away for like 20 minutes. But we'll play it by ear and see how it goes. Anyway, back. Let's see how much more I can actually get done during this time, because I need to do the level 1 there. Let's have a look. So when we die, we get an end screen. When we fall off the end, we also want the same thing to happen, don't we? So let's go into some code again. So we want the player controller to do the whole image collided end game, which does that, right? Probably we'd have like lives or something, because then you'd run out of lives and then you'd end up on end game, wouldn't you? You don't want to just end the game straight away as soon as you hit once, I don't think. Maybe give it 3 or 4 retries and then end game, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to have to faff about with that at some point as well. But yeah, need to get rid of some of this using stuff as well. I'll show you the code now as we go. So let's get rid of this using tags, because they're not used for anything at all. No pun intended, by the way. Let's save that. The game manager also is going to take care of what we're going to do. That was it. If this goes down, then I want to end game, basically. Copy that. So that's going to be the same as collision sort of thing. Save that. Let's try that now and see if it actually works with the thing. Where are we? So let's press play and fly off the end, basically. Yes, got a game over. Now, obviously, we'll do that if basically if your health goes, or your, I don't know, tries goes down to 0 or less, then game over or something like that. But I'm just building it up as I go along anyway. It's just one of those. We'll end up with something. And maybe each level you'll speed up or something a bit. Hence like the Speedy Dodger. You know what I mean? Although it's QB Dodger, so I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm quite pleased with how it's going so far. I mean, I'm learning little bits as I go. It seems to be working out okay. If I wasn't learning the bits as I go, I may have actually been able to finish an actual whole game within this amount of time, actually. So I think people who actually can use this stuff shouldn't have any trouble doing like 48-hour games in this thing, to be fair. So I think once I get a bit more used to it, I should be able to do like 48-hour game challenges in this construct. The language is fairly easy to understand and get to grips with. The workflow is okay. I do find that one monitor workflow is not the best for me though. I think definitely at least 2, 3, 4 monitors is the way to go. I can't really. Well, it feels less productive. That's all. Lots of minimize, maximize, moving across, doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? I'd much prefer to sort of like. Hang on, that's an idea. I wonder if I can. Right. I don't know how the graphics is going to go in a second. I'm just going to try something. Is it? No. 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 I'm just trying to get to a different desktop. I know I can move desktops, but that's not a lot of use because I don't know whether you're seeing that or I'm seeing that or what's happening at all. Let's see. Can I do like tab? No. Let's just go away from this tab. No. Okay, tab. Aha! It's start menu and tab. Let's now grab my thingy and put it on next desktop and see if that works. So can I jump between desktops? That's fine. And my problem then is I don't know whether. Right, what I'll probably do is I'll jump to a different desktop and then look at the live stream. So I'll go jump and see if there's any difference. I don't think there is. Oh, yeah, there kind of is. Only like the top and the bottom change. So yeah, that's fine. Now let's try something else. I'm going to try it with the Visual Studio showing, which is cool, and it seems to be working all right. Now I'm going to wait for that to update. Now I'm going to switch and switch. So let's see what that looks like. Do we even? Yeah, you can see the switch, but other than that, that's pretty cool. I'm liking that. Yeah, I'm gonna use multiple virtual desktops then to do my work. It does mean there's an odd time when I won't be able to see the chat, but at least I'll be able to actually work on the code and stuff along the way. That's pretty cool. Saves lots of messing. So I have to do a little bit of setup of that after I've eaten, and we'll get back to the what's it. So I'm just going to literally see you guys in a bit then. Back in a few. I'll probably be 15-20 minutes eating and stuff, and maybe a bit longer, I don't know. But just entertain yourselves. Have a little chat. Just chill. Okay, guys, I didn't actually get to eat dinner. Kind of, the missus wanted me to take the dog out for a walk and everything, and the lad had a epileptic fit, so I kind of had to sort that out. Sorry about it. 1 second. Okay, back now, kind of. Right, okay, where were we? What was we actually doing? We're working on the end trigger, blah 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 blah. Next level. So, game manager. Next level shouldn't be that, should it? So the restart part should actually be active scene. Oh, what's it called? It's dot something. Dot. Build index +1. That goes like next level. So really that would be what you'd add to the next level, wouldn't you? You wouldn't have a restart. So next level would be that. Now, sorry, I just got really, don't know, tickly throat at the moment. 1 second. That's better. Right, so theoretically that should be next level. So if I save all that and pop back onto the Unity, then we should be able to just make another level out of level 1. So if I copy, well, literally duplicate, then you got level 2. So what I'll do is in the build settings, I'll pop it as level 2. Now if we get to that trigger point, theoretically we should get to the next level. Or not. Let's just fall over and get a game over instead. That's not right. Okay, well, level 2, what I want to do is I'm going to make the floor different or some, I don't know. In fact, yeah, level 2 will add another obstacle. Turn that back into 3D. There we go. So that's level 2. Save that. Let's go back to level 1. Run that, and if we finish level 1, theoretically we should be on level 2. So let's do it. There we go. So we're on level 2 now with the 2 bits. So it's actually transitioned to a different level, but I do need to do the lighting on level 2 as well. And bake the lighting sort of thing. Level 2, lighting, turn off auto generate and generate lighting there. So, bloody hell, sorry about this. Right. So, end screens there, level 1, level 2. If we die, we still go to end screen bar, right? So let's go on level 1. And see what happens when we die. We should get a game over. Yes. Now on the end screen, I want to add a button as well to the canvas and panel. UI button. Where are we? So button. Yeah, button. So I'll grab that. Maybe if I actually go in 2D. Code that and bring that down. Button text, let's set that to restart, and then I'll duplicate this button, bring that one down, change the text on that to quit. Button and button 1. That'll do. Up the text a bit as well, I think. Restart. And quit. Okay. These aren't functional just yet, but I'll sort that in a minute. On click, so we can do like an on click and do certain things. So on click, we'll have a faff about that in a bit. Just so they've got the UI done at least, I suppose. So now we start again at level 1. Save that up. Press play on that. We managed to get past level 1. Come on. End screen, then it quickly goes to the what's it though. So I need to fix that up. I need to make like a timer on it so it doesn't just jump straight in and straight back out, because that's rather mad. So I think I might have to do something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like invoke the whole restart delay thing on there. So I'm gonna have to make a delay, so 1.6 seconds, I suppose. Right, okay, so I need to go back to code at the moment. Go to Visual Studio. Invoke. Okay. Does that actually work? Okay. No, I need to actually separate this a little bit. Don't know, just that'll do. Bit random. Then hopefully that works. Let's try that. Hopefully we've gave it a bit of a delay. Let's find out now. So when we get to the end, it brings up the level screen, level completed, and then bump starts next level. How cool is that? Now what I might do is do like level completed score, and then if you get game over, you end up with like bump. You've finished your game and you've got this score, or whatever. So based on the flag of game over, that'll either say game completed or game over, if you know what I mean, as to what's going on with that one, if you know what I mean. So I might need to sort that out. But yeah. Right then. So what, we've been doing like 3 hours of stream. I'd say about 2 hours 45 minutes of actual development. It's coming along slowly, just sort of working through it kind of thing, building up kind of a game in general. Let's see, what else do I want to do? There's a couple of things I want to do. I'd like to make like a intro scene or a menu scene as well. In fact, I'll just make a new scene. Menu. Just go in there. Okay, so the menu scene, I'm gonna pretty much, let's have a look. We're gonna make a new UI panel again. Rinse and repeat. Let's make that sort of that color, full opacity. Close that off. Let's get rid of the background image. Let's take a look at that now. That's alright. Now in the panel I want some text. And again we'll center. Make the finger a bit bigger there. Oops. Seriously. About that big. And make that bigger. What was it again? This was QB Dodger on it. Right, make the font a little bit smaller. Yeah, just do it at 60. Let's see how that looks. I'll do. QB Dodger, make it bold. Bring it up a bit. Maybe change colour of that sort of like a blue sort of colour. That'll do. Now let's add a button. Let's edit the text. There we go. So look, the button, I don't want a background on it specifically. Hang on, actually, no, that's fine. What's that then? That's the button, colour tint. Yeah, I'll do. That's fine. Can't bother messing. Right, source image. None. It's a nice, flat sort of feel to it. We can mess about with the on clicks in a sec, actually. I want to make a controller for it, don't I? So just like a menu controller or something. Let's have a look. Scripts, new script. Menu controller. That'll do for a start. You could faff about with doing this as a game controller, but I'm just like gonna
drop it onto the panel or something. I think. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. And make it a public thing in there. Right, so I'm just gonna menu controller. Right, so what do I want to do on this? Just want to literally do like start game. Then literally what we're going to do is we're going to literally load scene, but the first scene. So scene 0, scene 1, next one after this basically. Let's copy that for a sec. Literally that. That means I've got to get the using directive or whatever. Save that. Scene management. Now I need to add like a on-click event, so I'm going to go back on the Unity thing. So for the button, on-click, let's add an on-click. Where is it? Plot the panel object there, isn't it? Menu controller, start game. Same as normal. So when we click, it'll call start game, theoretically. Let's see if that works. Actually, I've just realised that's not in the thingy, so that might not work anyway. So let's get into the build settings. Add open scene. Now grab that and plonk that at the top. There we go. So now when we run it, I'll click play. And it's playing the first scene theoretically, I think. I can't tell. Let's try that again. Yep, so it's playing the first scene. A couple of things I need to do. I need to go through all these and make sure that the lighting's baked and everything's fine. So let's go on the scenes. Start with menu, save it. Lighting, generate lighting. Level 1. Generate lighting. And save. Level 2. Generate lighting. And save. Back to menu. Let's give that another go. Play. Boom. Game over. Need to do a restart as well, which will kind of do the whole start at 0 or whatever, I think. So I think restart, I'll just set it to 0 on the thing then. So if I do the end screen, I need to have like a restart game. So I'll have like a end screen controller or something next. So scripts. I might be overdoing the amount of scripts. I could probably just attach a game controller script to each of these and have things, but yeah, it's one of them. It's not that much of a difference really, it's just granulating it into different areas. End game. Running out of names now, I'm just making up mad stuff. Okay. So we'll open up Visual Studio. Let's have a think. Endgame control is going to be pretty much similar to the menu controller. Where are we? But instead of doing that, we'll literally do paste that. Reset game, call it. It's just literally going to go to the menu scene. So 0. Hopefully that works. I'm going to have to faff about with this in a sec though to get rid of some stuff. Okay, that's going to be there. And we're going to be using the scene manager. Not really kind of doing this, you could just do it yourself, innit? Right, you have to wait a minute then. Or an hour. Or 2 hours, 3 hours. The longer you make me wait for doing this, the longer it's going to take, so the longer we're going to be waiting. Management. There we go. Right, back in a minute, just got to go moan at the kids. Sorry about that. Just had to put the stuff in the freezer for the linen. Now, where were we? So, we're doing the restart. Did I actually get to do the restart? This is...
Let's start this up. Let's get a game over and see if I can restart. Oh, let's not start it at the end game. Where are we? Scenes, menu. Play. And restart. Hang on a minute, I haven't done the on-click event, have I? That's what I was doing before I got interrupted. Right, restart button is, let's have a look. Yeah, on-click. Runtime only. Grab the panel, not that on. Hang on a minute, did I actually put the no, I didn't put the script on even. This is the problem with getting interrupted. Where was we? End game controller. Goes on that. Then we go to the restart panel, or restart button even. Grab the panel, plonk that there. Then we go and get to the function of endgame controller and reset game. Now if I press play, reset goes to that. Then we get into this point, end the game, restart, play. So that's working okay. Level completed with non-existent score. So we do need to actually see what the score is equal to at the time. Need to store that as an actual separate. I'll probably store the score in the game controller then as a variable, and then pass it towards wherever it needs to go. I think as a public variable maybe. I know it's not good doing a public variable, but there's lots of public things in this thing. To me it seems like bad practice, but it's the way you do it, I suppose. So you know what I mean. Let's have a quick look at this. Okay, so we've got. Let's go to that. I got subscriber Taha Nebti. Taha Nebti. Thanks a lot for the sub. Taha Nebti. Nebti? I don't know. Is that the way you pronounce it? Anyway, thanks for the sub though. Okay, so let's view this thing, eh? So click restart. Oh, first off, let's go to the main menu first. Scenes, menu. Yeah, let's save everything. Press play, and then we press actual play up button on there. So a little move about, that's fine. Get past this level, make sure it's working. Level complete. Starts next level and boom, game over. Restart, and that restarts back at the start, like the beginning of the game. So that's working okay now. Still need to make the quit thing work. Right, so that one's going to have a exit of the game itself. I'm not too sure. I think you can do that. Right, I'm going to look on the Unity's whatchamacall, find out how we actually quit. That's just literally application.quit. That was quite simple. Pretty cool.
Okay. So I can literally do application.quit. Probably, I say I don't know whether I need to actually. Can I just do like application.quit on the actual event itself? Let's do that. Add an on-click event. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to add a script now. There must be another way of doing this, but I'm just gonna do it this way anyway. Hang on a minute. We're on the end game controller anyway, so I'll just edit that script. Okay, so let's have a look at that and do that. Quit game. Application.quit. Do we have any problems with that? That's fine. Save that. Now let's link that up. Quit button. Object being that with the script on. End game controller. Quit game. Now that won't actually do anything while I'm playtesting because you can't physically quit the game while debugging as such, but that should close the actual game window once it's actually a fully done one. Okay. Look. Anyway, I'm gonna be back in a minute, just finishing off some food stuffs. Okay, so that's, we have restart, we have quit, we have a main menu. We have moving between levels. I think that'll actually do for today, you know. I don't know, shall I? Now, I need to track the score across things. You know what, I'm just going to add audio. That's what I'm going to do next. I just want to. It's one of them. Right, so I'm going to make like an audio manager. So and then create the audio manager cross thingy so I can make it persistent. So if I go on to scene, let's go on to there. menu scene and literally create a new empty object, call this audio manager. Then go to the scripts and drop that on. Then we'll edit the script. Right, a couple of things I want to do with this actually. I'm not 100% definite as to what I want to do. I do want to have like a set of sounds and stuff for audio. So if I need to make like a sound claw or a sound clip class or some sort, don't I? Just make it sound. Right, I don't want it to inherit mono behavior. I do want it to have using Unity engine .audio, I think. Let's get rid of those. I'll just save it as that for now. Public string name, public, is it audio clip, sound clip? Public float volume and probably pitch. I'll do for a start off. It's just an object of, sort of a blueprint for an object. Then audio manager, I want that to have a load of sounds. So public sound array sounds. So I've actually got a set of sounds then. I do need to mark it as serializable, I believe, because I need to mark sound as serializable. Where are you? Sound, I think. System dot serializable. That's it. Basically, if it's a type that's not within their type structure, you have to set it serializable, otherwise it won't be viewable in the actual editor, sort of thing. So just had to do that first. I think that's okay. Let's save that lot. Save all. Let's move back to the actual whatchamacallit, Unity. Let's have a look. Audio manager. Sounds. Here we go. So you can add like, let's just make 1, not 10. So inside that element, it's got a name, an audio clip, volume, and a pitch for now. I'm going to add to that along the way. I haven't really thought out everything about it, but that'll do for a start off. Probably won't be completely functional. Although I really do need to create like a yeah, I think I'll do that next. I need to make like an awake so as we make stuff in it. That's pre-start. Let's try and do that then. So look. Oh, incidentally, if you can't see the text, let me know. In fact, I'll make it a little bit bigger now. Right, so not start, I want awake, which is before start gets run. And I'm just going to do like a for each loop. For each sound s in sounds, let's do some stuff. I've got to do the settings, so I want to make audio. Is it audio controller or audio listener? Not too sure. Audio source. So if I do, yeah, I'm gonna have to actually do that as a thing then. Right. I wonder if that's doable. S.source. Do I need to have source already existing? Equals game object dot add component. Audio source. I wonder if that'll work. Theoretically it does. Don't know how well it'll work like, but let's try it like that. I'll need to do like the name and stuff like that. But clip volume and pitch. Yeah, clip volume and pitch. S dot source dot volume equals S dot volume. S dot source dot pitch equals S dot pitch. I'm actually getting errors at the moment, so I'm hoping that works out correctly. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's doing that. So I need to make it so we can play them as well. I want that as a public thing, so it can be called externally. Yes, we need to include system in that then to do that. If we want to do a search. Yeah, I'm going to add that to it in a minute. Okay, that's fine. So I did need to add source to it. Yeah, that's not a problem. I can do hiding inspector for that, can't I? Okay, yeah, I'll make it public still. Should be fixed, yeah. Okay, so look how long I've been streaming now. It's been like 3 hours 41 minutes. I'm going to kind of take a bit of a break now. Yeah. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably set this to repeat for a bit too, so you can kind of see the same thing over again whilst I'm not here, just in case anyone's missed it. But I'll be back for another stream in a while, so hopefully it won't be too long.